Hello friends, welcome to my Princess Diana channel. Before moving on to the video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so let's move on to the video. In the efforts to establish her global lifestyle brand, Meghan Markle has faced various challenges and criticisms. Many people have raised doubts about the sustainability of her massive business ambition following several stumbling blocks and controversies, including battles with Prince Harry. Despite the strong ambition driving Meghan to conquer the world, critics question the viability of such expansive business aspirations. One of the seasoned royal biographers, Angela Levin, raises concerns about whether the ambitions of Meghan are compatible with the limitations of the British market, and cautions that it might not end well if she overreaches. However, amidst these manifestations of problems characterizing Meghan's business journey, which includes cyber attacks and public condemnation, she displays an unmatched level of resilience. Whereas she continues to champion the American Riviera Orchard brand, as shown by the introduction of the strawberry jam and anticipation of the cooking show on Netflix, Meghan's critics argue she uses other people for business exploitation. Whether you are interested in continuing with the controversy involving Meghan with other celebrities, In Touch reports that Martha Stewart is tired of the drama. Martha claims that she does not want to be portrayed as new passengers in her business endeavors. Martha voiced her opinions following her countless meetings with people like Meghan who come across as inflated in ego only to be shocked with the reality of the business environment. It is clear that Meghan is losing the support of celebrities and ordinary people. This is not happening by coincidence, and it is an indication of an impending storm. No two-part. Meghan Markle's website was recently hacked by Princess Kate admirers. Additionally, someone who identified themselves as a royal fan hacked Meghan Markle's American Riviera Orchards website, sending site visitors to a fundraiser for the Trussell Trust, a charity dedicated to ending hunger and poverty in the UK. The fundraising campaign raised Ps 18,656 from 1,407 donors and had a goal of Ps 1,000 foot. The individual promoting the campaign is not soft to the charity. That's genuine. If Meghan had an impact on the Squirrely Good feed, where do you think the money would go? The applicable inquiry was going towards her own bank account. It's funny that Meghan Markle's jam distribution boosted King Charles's jam distribution during the campaign. His strawberry jam is always sold out. The king's personal interests in his garden, as well as royal collectibles, inspired these gifts. Meghan reveals in the episode that the jam will become a collector's piece named after him. Kings, however, are already collectors of royal memorabilia because they do so. Therefore, it sells quite well. Due to this incident, the woman's enterprise is in danger, and more precisely the fruit I choose. I fear that Levin's assertion was most definitely the case. To be specific, Levin once attributed an indoor farming system to him, assuming, "So, you have your little greenhouse just for raspberries and strawberries." Levin suggested that the fruits she used were grown in an indoor herb same as yeast. Can she supply me with paperwork proving it, or is it merely talk? Can I trust Meghan? Even if this is not a fraud or order production, the fact does not coincide with the Meghan. I am familiar with the problem of this case, especially after the successful launch of Meghan's product. Charles's business grew. The proceeds from selling Charles's Heal drinks are donated to charity, which is fundamentally wrong compared to the principle of Meghan, who gets dirty profit from the business. Money is promiscuously money in Meghan's account, which contributes to her plans and inflated purchases. She does not spend money on charity, on the contrary, she uses this organization for personal gain. Meghan's business is dishonorable, but you have to admit that it is smartly played out. Rachel can hardly implement a large amount of jam on such high costs. Where did she get the strawberries? Rachel has no garden of her own. More importantly, Rachel is the mother of two. Where did she find the cooking and the flower arrangement? Shouldn't Rachel be happy with her children all night instead of engaging in nonsense? Meghan's character is disgusting, but I feel sorry for Harry. He should bring Meghan back to reality. Force her to remember that she has a house to put in order and a child to watch. Recall the fact that the last time I visited the Guygrove's shop, there was almost nothing left. Either perish the value of the product or give up the price. The next example of irritation is 50 jars of jam that Meghan distributed, and there are only a couple of ordinary posts. She has no pals, is it? Why don't they sell her to their followers? Perhaps, with the fact that there were just a few posts, the jam appears to taste horrible. What do you think is more likely? Do you think Meghan's pals don't want to help her and the jam is really low quality in my opinion? This is a decent explanation, and the other is also accurate. It's highly doubtful that she herself cooked jam because someone is mass-producing it. Most likely, it was put in fancy bottles with a pseudo-royal emblem and sold at a high price to fools. It makes perfect sense. At the same time, it is evident that Meghan has a high opinion of herself, but, as in all other circumstances, she will lose. This new business will share the fate of irate comments and borderline bans on the scenes. It is not her business that has vast potential. Meghan would have sold her jam and kitchenware at the flea market. Meghan may have an expert gardener and some culinary talents, but she is not a chef. Please visit www.fema.gov for additional information. As a result, Meghan's jam has synthetic components and is stamped with an elaborate emblem. Don't expect good quality from Meghan's stuff. Meghan's attempts to rethink the royal family, mimic Diana, outdo Kate in the competition for popularity, return to the acting stage, engage in writing children's stories, politics, and even making jam all failed. What does she need to get everyone's attention? Only one answer comes to mind, but it is not pleasant. In a thoroughly Kardashian-esque trick, rumors of a scandal tape leaked by Doria are doing the rounds. Just 3 years ago, there were predictions that Meghan and Harry would make up to $1 million each for their appearances. It was also anticipated that the former briefcase model might compete for president or seek election as a senator of California. But now, she's selling jam. While I certainly won't be buying it or checking out whatever Netflix special they've agreed to. After being fed 4 years of lies, hurt, and insults by a couple who considers herself royalty. Meghan's attempted soft sell about how great our late queen was to her and how close they were is starting to appear a little too coincidental with Pinocchio's tall tales. The fact is that Harry and Meghan mistakenly predicted British people's belief in the monarchy's power, as well as the millions of others who depend on it globally. Meghan's vision of overwhelming support is not materializing. As I said before, whenever you purchase an American Riviera orchard item from Markle's Market, you are supporting an anti-monarchy fight, propagating false information, and ultimately insulting the entire country. And even if Harry openly confessed to drug use, any money that he and his current wife will earn in the end would still be transferred into financial units used to purchase this crap from drug cartels. Meghan will continue to blame the royal family, both ours and our institutions, and our country, while criminals will continue to be enriched. I have signed up for the notification of when Highgrove Jam returns. Not only will I boycott everything related to Markle, I will happily support alternatives to this bitch. I have a piece of advice for Meghan: your present misery is so pitiful. It doesn't look like your family, and even his half-friends that haven't been thrown under the bus yet, want to have anything to do with you. Almost everyone is done in the country and abroad, so I'm sure you're not going to gain millions of followers. They keep screwing up, and they can't stop. You shouldn't use the term royal family, it would be against the memory of our late queen. And be ready to see whatever happens. What about that UK website? That seemed nice. She launches so many products, though. How could she forget about a whole website? It's kind of funny. Meanwhile, the King's Jam is doing great. This one sold out, and the profits go to charity. About sending jam to her 50 close friends, only 2 of them gave feedback. Well, 3, if you count the nacho one. This is concerning. It actually looks full, and he does not look too excited about it. He seems like a toddler you make eat vegetables, except that toddlers hate vegetables and he probably would have preferred to decline. I will decide whether this jam is authentic or not. According to the reports, this is homemade organic jam made from fruits from Markle personal property. This means the strawberries fields had to exist 6 months ago. Although, after looking at Google Earth, there are no fields or greenhouses present on the property. Normally, Californian strawberry, unless organic, are imported from Mexico and treated with heavy pesticides. Jams are being made in big factories. So, where is this jam made, really? Her home. Let's be real. The container does not have a label indicating where fruits are coming from, so certainty level, 0. It all seems too doubtful. Markle wrote a letter of concern to Congress, stating she grew up on $4.99 salads. Is that confirmed for the jam's taste? There are even more issues to discuss when it comes to the Friends delivery. It is strange that none of the 48 from 50 recipients responded, and it might seem that Meghan insulted them with the term of friends. I have doubts that she sent the remaining 50 jars. Whom would she send them to? No more than 40 people were persuadable during the miserable 40 campaign, but sending out just 10 jars may fill up her ambition as she waits for people to respond with excitement and order more. This is naivety, not to see that she is at rock bottom and not think about coming back up. Finally, they are aware of how they are deluded. They remain invisible stars and expect invitations for Hollywood getting into shape, contracts to be a model, and more. Yet, the public response to her and Harry shows a different story. Do they even think they are royal? They are excommunicated from the British royal family. Wouldn't all A-list celebrities now cling to the real British royal family and abandon an impudent Z-list actress and her spouse, jobless and sneaky? Not many will stand for Harry and Meghan against the real royals. What about the claims of the public's czarism of Meghan's jam jars? Source: Hyperjulia. 2021. The uncertainty regarding how the ingredients were sourced or handled offers an opportunity to speculate and view the situation with suspicion. It might be that people are inclined to believe that the jam was made with unclean ingredients. If that is the case, then it is rather unsuitable and anyone would shy away from its consumption. Fear expressing such thoughts, it is safe for people to avoid eating things whose sources and handling remains a mystery. Personally, I would dispose of any samples that were sent to me without the need to ensure I do not expose myself to potential eating hazards. This further highlights the need for transparency and for companies to adhere to checks and controls while making and labeling food products, so that their consumers can make rational decisions. Given that they have distanced themselves from the royal family, Meghan and Harry are currently not poor. They could use the money to purchase their privacy and retreat to a quiet and exclusive life, out of the public eye. In essence, they can afford to be lost. If I were in their shoes, we would have bought a ranch in Montana and lived there, the quiet life, without social networks and various events. We would have held a press conference, said goodbye to everyone, announced our seclusion. What would they criticize Meghan and Harry for in this case? Indeed, should they have chosen that option, we wouldn't have been talking about it here. No one would criticize them or express outrage. After all, Meghan acted as her own enemy. As for the topic of the site, I don't understand myself how their team could miss with the addresses of the domain assigned first to the United Kingdom. And I don't even feel like criticizing the individual who ultimately took that domain and made a collection for the Trussell Trust from it. Ironically, the charity Highgrove Jams collection is sold out. Life is composed of such superbly unrelated things. Of course, Meghan does not benefit from the loss of the UK domain name. There is nothing good to say about her in the commentaries on the donation one either, most of them are just comical and critical. Most people clearly do not want to buy anything from her, just as indicated by the poll. The donation is even perceived as undoubtedly wholly against it. There is no point in her positive image being associated with it, at worst it will be turned into ridiculing her, which is unlikely to benefit her. If there was a winner, it would be Highgrove shop that ran out of jam. It's funny that the UK domain went to a food bank. Will the Duke and Duchess of Sussex win the name of something as they won the Sussex website? It might be useful, or not, haha. Congrats to Meghan for accidentally increasing sales of King Charles III's products on his husband's estate. His strawberry preserve has been slipping because she cheated on her jam. The King Charles jam helps numerous charities. Meghan's jam emulated King Charles's jam, but hers went unnoticed by perfect Prince Harry's exceptional social circle. The odds are stacked against her for a successful term. Meghan's jam is unlikely to be found in Montecito. It is manufactured, packed, and distributed by a different business. It wasn't available because it was never for sale. Therefore, she handed out 50 lidded jars to a particularly selected recipient list. I won't eat her jam, even though it's free. The entire country is filled with strawberry jam. There are large commercial brands, special brands, and homemade jams, and much more of them. Why would Meghan try to penetrate this rich yet critical market? There are hundreds of popular varieties ranging from good to bad or good, coupled with low prices and decades of experience in selling jam. That's a silly thought. Meghan's hankerings may hinder her missions and her ascent up the food chain. Even if she did not optimize her vile aspirations, Meghan Reign does. It mentions why the unique concept of copying her husband's family member by selling preserves was stupid and greedy. She attempted to defame the noble entrepreneur by suggesting he used his title to defraud the needy selling jam. However, the people were more familiar with his philanthropic work than she anticipated. They promptly sold out of strawberry preserves. They were already polar opposites. One craved fame, while the other sought people's sincere goodwill. A recent poll by a magazine discovered that out of 13,000 responses, 98% of people are uninterested and will never buy anything from Meghan's brand. Another 1% of the respondents are undecided and the final 1% will give an opportunity soon. Meghan. This incredible reaction unquestionably raises a notable issue for any brand. Nevertheless, in the midst of the letdown, Meghan may discover some comfort in the attention she has received. As a result of what happened with her jam, our Representative Victoria, for instance, backed their King Charles the store and purchased 3 jars of the jam. It displays consistent devotion to our monarchy and in philanthropic initiatives. That's it for our video, my friends. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video. If you haven't done so yet, if you want to be first to be informed about my content, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notifications. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.